Hey Nessie, thanks for getting this in despite your technical problems. So this is your long shot of your subject's place of employment, your environmental portrait, your shoot showing your subject's vocation and character, and your still life. Okay, so you said in your write-up that you couldn't use your lights. I'm assuming that she said, you know, she agreed to the shoot but without the extra lighting. And then, yeah, minus this one, all of these images could have benefited from added light. Even, you know, a bounced or heavily diffused on-camera speed light would have been very helpful. And then with this one, I know you said it wasn't your best, it's a little blurry, but it works, but you had other shots here that were leading toward something more interesting for an environmental portrait of a pastor or reverend. So, you know, these shots down here where she's interacting with the congregation probably would have been a lot better if you would have gotten closer to her and really, you know, made your presence known as a photographer and just went in there and did it. And, you know, people will respect you for that. I know it feels awkward, but people will respect you for doing your job well. And if that means getting in on a conversation and getting a really good, intimate shot of two people interacting, then that's what it means. With their permission, of course. In that case, if you're shooting from this distance, you know, it's not as big an issue to ask their permission, but then the shots themselves feel distant. And so that's my take on what you did this week, is really embolden yourself to get in on the life that it is that you're trying to photograph. Because a lot these just feel very distant and uncommitted. And I like what you were trying to do with this shot here, with the still life, with showing the old with the new. I think the composition and the lighting are what really are holding back the strength of this image. Because I think it's a good idea, but I think you needed to work on that a little bit harder. And you actually have a lot of really beautiful still life shots, but they wouldn't have been as effective. Like, I'm assuming this is holy water. These look like beautiful shots, but not anybody would know that that's holy water. So, and even this strong perspective of the pew and the manuals, or I forget what these things are called at church, but yeah, but they don't do what you were trying to do, which was show the old with the new. And so yeah, I see a few attempts. It looks like your attempts at this start here. And I think you had to work harder at that still life, because that was really going to be one of your better shots, one of your chances to get a better shot, because it's the one thing that you have a lot more control over. This works, but again, the lighting's really flat. It's not very interesting. It's kind of dark. This shot could have really benefited from extra lights. It might have been good to come in when there wasn't a service going on so that you could get the altar here. I'm assuming this is the altar with your lights, and you can make it a little bit more interesting and dramatic. That would have been better. But that's it. That's my take on what you did. But you do have some lovely shots here, but that just didn't end up working out for your photo story. Like, these are kind of interesting. Alright. Okay, thank you, Nessie.